Welcome to the Magnetic Leadership Podcast by educator Dave Johnson.
Good morning, everyone, and so glad to have another call, getting together, doing things that matter. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how did we meet? What year was that?
Oh my goodness.
A long time.
Eons ago. It feels like another century, but
I think maybe it was, if you.
it was,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, let's put it this way. I think we had some amazing times together, and it's so thrilling to be able to have amazing times again. But
I
I
think you knew
believe,
these people.
oh yeah, yeah. I think one of the things I think that we all agree on is the company to be with during the 90s. That's where we met. And
That's
that was
correct.
the place where you could make the biggest difference and just have the fun products that had just life-changing. The company treated people well. We were paid very well. It was glorious. But I can also say that 2024, just without reservation, this is the company. Avini is the company you want to be in if you want to just have the most fun, make the biggest difference, have the most powerful products, and just be at the cutting edge of where we can really make some changes in people's lives. And when we had our reunion just a year ago, I thought, oh, okay, Tony's going to be a diamond. I knew it. I just knew that I knew.
You knew.
And how did I do? Because if you can do it once, you can do it again. And when
Mhm.
I first got into Avini, I'm thinking, oh, wow, here I am starting all over again. And I would tell people, I would joke around and say, wow, here I am in my 70s and I'm having a midlife crisis. And so I'm starting all over again with my encore career. But inside, I just was looking, okay, starting over, that I just had no doubt. I'll be a diamond. You got to do that. And you and we've talked about that. And I think one of my favorite thoughts is that the question often comes up is, what does it take to be diamond? And how long does it take the average person to go diamond? And the answer is the average person will never go diamond. But, so,
That's the
so
truth. I love that. I love that. Yes, it's true. You can't be average and do something that's not average.
yeah, don't be average. I love John Maxwell. He talks about average. Imagine going on a date and you say, well, where do you want to go? And I said, well, let's go to an average restaurant.
You're not going to have a second date.
Oh, I just think, okay, yeah, don't go for average. Be
No.
exceptional. And then life is better. It really is. Average doesn't pay very well. And I love this thought that Avini, it is the lowest paid easy work you'll ever do, and it's the highest paid hard work you'll ever do. But what is hard? I think in my mind, hard, if you love what you're doing, you can do lots of it. And so I never really think about, oh, is it time to, where's the time clock? I think I've done enough. I'm always thinking, one more call. So, hey, so Tony, you're diamond. You did it. You're going to keep it going, and we're just beginning in our business, and it's just so exciting. It's starting to catch on, and there's a lot of people they're going to become attracted to it. How did you do this?
Well, the word I isn't, it's we did this. We did this. There were many, many people that rallied together, and it starts with understanding what we have. And there's kind of a long story to it. If you got a moment, anybody got a moment?
Sure.
We got 1 or 2 minutes here. But let me just say first, I had just come off of a long road of actually, going diamond with another company. It was another, right? I was known for, hey, let's look at this one. Hey, is it helpful? Let's look at this one, right? I'm sorry, I have to confess, but I was looking for my home, and with I was renting a location that was the wrong home when Sharon Bowler reached out. And with full energy, she was so excited to share this company, but my mind was elsewhere. My mind was saying, hey, don't bother me. I'm really going forward in this little rental home that I'm with right now. And my team and I went to Diamond in that company, but never had enough. It didn't hold what I wanted with what it was to really feel like it was home. And it was so exciting to have, because I did join Sharon, because I just wanted those products, just like, okay, Sharon, I'll get those products. But it was a second voice. And I will say that with all of her enthusiasm, it actually took another voice, another perhaps three-way or an in-person three-way to really drill that in. So please take that on advisement that if you have somebody that doesn't quite get it, they can put another person in front of them, make another three-way call. That's what it took. I don't know if you remember that delay that it took, Dave, right? And then I learned that Dave was involved, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's got to be something here if Dave and Valerie are involved. And look at all these people that they don't mislead each other. There's got to be something deeper here. And once it caught, then it was about connecting and inviting people I loved and who trusted. And if they were willing to go on one more adventure, then we were going to do it all as a team. And it's been a really wonderful ride. And I want to say, what a rally. What a rally it was been. And Dave, didn't you say something about when a decision is made, something happens? I want to just have you repeat it because it's glorious. It was true for 2 months. It was true.
I've had a business card and it's quoting Tony Robbins, but it says, in your moments of a decision, your destiny is shaped. And I think that's such an important thing. And not just you making a decision, what we're doing, Larry Prophet talks about that leadership is the enthusiastic communication of your vision. And you got to have vision. And if you haven't made a decision, you don't have much vision. If you haven't decided, how can you help another person make the right decision? And so much of that is all. And I love what you were saying earlier. This is a team effort, and not just Diamond, but the whole thing. You get out the comp plan. I love, this is my very favorite comp plan. It's all about the team. And
It
the
really
very,
is.
the very first thing before you can even be a silver, you've got to actually personally recruit other people and have customers. What a concept. And then Diamond is just doing more of the same and teaching those same principles to other people and just being really good at it. And then just allowing time and effort to be just consistent over a period and to allow it all to unfold. And
And
it just becomes a certainty.
And what is so exciting is that so many people of joining Avini recognize that this is the comp plan. We have unbelievable products, and we have products that shape lives, save lives, give hope, and no one is more honored. Well, I know all of us here are honored to relay this message because we have so many people right now that need, desire, and want, and are unaware that these products exist. And we're so, well, it just is such a great feeling to offer them. But in tandem with that, we are also compensated in goosebumps, and we can pay a light bill, we can pay a mortgage, we can just finally put our efforts in a company that is going to truly reward in the long run. And the vision of both what our company products and philosophy and mission is, combine that with that comp plan that you just held up, that was the spark. No one can miss that. And if they do miss it, show them again, because it was what ignited, oh my gosh, we must leave this rental location and come and make our home with Avini. And I've never regretted it. I've never regretted it. And I'm so grateful. And I'm so proud of all the individuals that said, I'm digging my heels in too with you, Toni. We're going to link arms and we're going to do this. And you've heard them. There's Ann Wheeling, there's Dr. Donna Bach, there is Kathy Rossman, there is so many. And if I'm not mentioning your names right now, forgive me, but no one rises to diamond without, silvers, golds, rubies, sapphires, and emeralds in support. And that is exciting. That is exciting. And I'm just so happy for everybody to continue to rise as we continue to pass this message on. So,
Oh, what a wonderful way to live your life, is to be part of
oh,
a team and helping to grow that team and finding good people, and everybody's winning, and it's so awesome. And going back to decisions and vision and all of that, Doug Dickey, Vice President of Sales, probably be better to call him Vice President of Vision. You got on a call with him. You live a couple hours apart from each other, but he offered to come and share the vision. What happened that night?
it was a great story. It was a great story. Again, purchasing the products and really falling in love, believe it or not, with the fiber, Avini Fiber Plus Fiber. I just loved it. I don't know why it stood out amongst all the health package that I had purchased, but that stood out. And so digging into who Avini was, seeing Doug Dickey, who I had been cross-line associates with another company years and years ago and friends with, I'm like, holy cow, Doug Dickey is a part of this. He's an owner. How did he become an owner? What happened, right? And he was just so humble. He was just so humble. When I got a hold of him, he's just, hey, Tony, how's it going? And I tried to be cool too with him too, like not mentioning that you're an owner, but you're an owner. How did you become an owner of this? And he was just so casual and just so passionate in a quiet, calm manner, because he knew that once he relayed that story was going to entice me to want to know more. And as he shared his story on the phone, and I said, look, Doug, I don't live in California anymore. And he says, well, I don't live in Washington anymore. Where are you? I'm in Colorado. Where are you? I'm in Utah. Hey, we're 3 hours by motorcycle apart. So he made his trip, and sitting together with Kathy Rossman and another local peach farmer, we sat and had dinner, and we closed that restaurant down because Doug conveyed his vision. He conveyed the history. He conveyed his story. And they were asking us to leave at 11 o'clock at the restaurant. They were vacuuming around us. We weren't leaving. So it was time for him to head to his hotel. I went home and I told him about a local restaurant. And I said, they have the largest Cinnabons if you just come and meet me at Puffer Belly Station tomorrow morning. So he met me, and he threw across, I see it so vividly, he threw that comp plan across the table and said, this is how we're paid. And you know my story, Dave. I just looked at that comp plan and read it like a book, left to right. And I screamed out, oh my gosh. I didn't really say that, but this is a G-rated Zoom here. So I said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is incredible. We can do this because it's so logical. I have an enthusiastic brain for people and concepts and wellness, but I also have a numbers mind. And I just saw that it was 3 by 3. And holy cow, if it was that clear and concise, who wouldn't want to be a part of this? And right away, Doug put me on the phone with Neil Roth. And he sounded like an upstanding guy. He was enthusiastic. And I thought, wow, let's test this. So I just happened to tap a waitress on the shoulder and just find out what her interest would be if I mentioned the topic of who's experienced the heartbreak of knowing someone with unhealthy cells. And that woman broke down right there and said, my mom and my sister both. It was compelling that just by the mere mention of how many people this could touch and this could help and could have helped had she known, it was immediate. As soon as I walked out the door, I was calling people. And then you and I got a hold of each other. Like, Dave's here. Dave and Valerie are here. And from that point on, I realized something more here was really, really exciting. And it's been a great year. It's been actually 14 months now of actual activity. of actual activity. And these last 2 months, Dave, as you were sharing, when Providence, I don't know how you state it, but when Providence takes hold.
Oh, let me share that, because when we were in the first company, there was a lot of personal development. And I love the idea that getting involved with this sales in general, but specifically where you're teaching other people sales, which is network marketing, teaching other people to teach other people to teach them. So much of it is just personal improvement. And one of the things I just loved was this statement that until one is committed, there's hesitancy, always the chance to draw back and always ineffectiveness. But the moment one definitely commits oneself, then Providence moves too. And then Marty Jeffrey, he says, and the gates of hell rise against you. There seems to be this test. You make a commitment, God is with you, but also it just seems like things will conspire against you to test if you really are committed. It's not this easy road once you make a commitment. It seems like, aha, let's see if you really are committed. And life is a test, but it's a wonderful test.
It's a wonderful test. No, I wouldn't trade the situations for anything, because I think those resistances that we meet along the way really refine us. And I just want to share, if anybody thinks this was just a smooth ride, forget it. Forget it, let me tell you. And I won't go into the details, but there were obstacles that popped up that, where the heck did this come from? Where did these challenges, these life affirming life challenging challenges come from? And I remember when Chris Bruce was, when I was invited and was excited to go to Las Vegas a year ago. Chris Bruce had announced or was presented as an Emerald executive at that time. And he was growing strong. And I so admired his ability to relay numbers and how the comp plan works. And he stood on stage so calm and so confident. And at that time, I don't even think I knew he was part of our upline. I had no idea, but I admired his numerical mind. And as he was preparing to go diamond, he had his own life challenging situation. And it was so incredible that in the throes and the clutches of life and death, his business rose. And as he healed and was brought back to us and given back to us, and we're so grateful for that, Diamond came about at the same time. And so I don't want to tell his story inappropriately, but it touches my heart that these things happen. These challenges happen. And the last 2 months, I'll tell you, everything from a telephone company shutting off my services. For those of you that might know, my own father's residency at 92 was kind of removed out from underneath him, and trying to make sure that he was properly taken care of behind the scenes while other things were happening, and not wanting to let team members down, right? Team members still need you and they don't know what's happening. They have no idea. Trying to make it all happen, right? And juggle it and make it look like no big deal, but really the hamster wheel is turning and turning. I'm honored for those that were in support. There were so many people that knew behind the scenes, and they were supportive and they were encouraging, because a lot of times there were breakdowns, right? And I appreciate the grace of everyone, because sometimes we're human, we drop the ball and we don't mean to. We don't mean to let each other down, but it's so wonderful that the people of Avini have a heart and they care and they're supportive along the way. And it's always nice to get a note from a few people that just say, hey, I'm here for you. Just hang in there, right? So anyways, Dave, it's been fun. I'm excited for the vision tour. It's been so much fun to see Rick and Doug and Neil go do the West Coast function, but they're coming to your town. It's like the monkeys. They're coming to your town.
Yeah. Why is it so hard? Because it's so good. I love John Maxwell. It says, how do you know you're on the road to success? He says, because it's uphill all the way. And we can do hard things. But the big question is, don't ask for it to be easy. Just ask for it to be worth it.
Yeah.
And this is so worth it. I remember just when I was in my 20s trying to get things figured out and newlywed. And I remember going through quite a few things, trying to decide what I wanted to do for a living, and adding up one day, one year, I got 5 W-2 forms in one year, laser focus.
100% unemployable.
But I remember this thought that came in my mind. It just says, what would be the ultimate job? What would be the best job there is? I'd certainly had some experience and realized that not all jobs are created equal. And in a real fundamental way, how would you measure the best job? Some are definitely more fun, just the nature of the marketplace. Some work is more valuable and you can get paid more. But the more I thought about it, probably the biggest thing would be, as far as satisfaction, is the ability to make the biggest difference. And then I was just thinking, okay, we're all different, but what if somehow all these myriad of opportunities and jobs, what if somehow, some way, I could be matched up to the ultimate job for my personal wants and needs and skills or whatever? And I just,
Wheelhouse. I love that term, wheelhouse.
yeah,
What's your
but
wheelhouse?
I believe if you really think in terms of what people, all of us in common love, it would really be basically, I think we could all agree that we want a job that pays the most. We want a job that's fun, where you wake up in the morning and even if it's Monday, you're thinking, oh boy, it's Monday and I get to go to work because I'm excited. But also the thrill of making a difference. Well, I think everybody would agree on those things. And then place that into being at the right place at the right time. That's a well-worn phrase, but it's true. Being at the right place at the right time and realizing you are, and
Yeah.
then acting on it, hustling. Oh my goodness. And
You're a
we
hard
were there
number
before.
to
Yeah.
chase, Dave.
Yeah, and but now times have changed. They always do. But right now, and I think on to the foreseeable future, Avini is the
Yes.
place you want to be, and this is where we can do the most good on such a fundamental level as being healthy. Wow, this is just absolutely amazing. Another thing I just want to bring up is back in those 90s, I came across a guy that we would have come and do meetings for us. We sponsored quite a few of the gatherings, and we'd have him as a keynote speaker. And I just saw an email from Avini saying that we got MJ Durkin as a keynote speaker. And if you go to Amazon, you can get his latest book. And I'm thrilled. This is him. I can hear his voice. I can see him on the stage when he talks about this activity, hustle, and the power of action. And he's got a secret in this business. How to be successful is
Yeah, do more things more often. Yes. And it's something that has been inspiring to basically recognize a couple of things, two things. It is, while we are so engrossed in the science of Avini and we're so fascinated in what this is and this product, we can talk about science endlessly, but it
Mhm.
is the enthusiastic conveying of this fact. It is the enthusiasm, the heart that you share with another person that is going to relay that. And I think this is the future of Avini, is our enthusiastic conveying of that idea, like you say, Dave. It's more than our science. Marry the science part for sure to your enthusiastic conveying of that. I think this is really where we will rock it. And I'm going to do this ahead of time. You'll know what this means very soon. Okay, you'll know what this means very soon. So start doing it. Okay, but all right, it will be your ability to convey that and keep your enthusiasm in your heart. Keep it centered. Find your, like Dave, you were talking about, find what you're good at. Improve your strengths, or focus on your strengths, but improve your weaknesses, right? We must find out where our own breakdowns are, and this has been, again, a journey in that, to find out what the needs of other people are. And I find this, I'm always wanting to improve this. I'm always wanting other people to recognize, what would it take for them to find one more person? Are they, are we tuned in to the needs that others need, and adjusting our focus accordingly so that we are efficient, we are effective, right? So it really dig in. And I so appreciate that you're always offering us self improvement, Dave. You're always offering us another book, another tool, another concept, another idea an inspiration to get better, to be better for someone else so that they can help someone else. And we can just keep rising up and pushing up other people. We're not just pulling up, we're pushing up.
Absolutely. Well, maybe refer back to MJ Durkin. I was introduced to him because he mailed me a book so many years ago, Double Your Contacts. Still a great book, but it all boils down to what he talks about. Your job is essentially to gather names, put them on a list, and then contact those people and do that each and every day, and then just do it. And then add to that some of the things that you talked about. I don't know anyone that's successful that does not do three ways. So this is not a Lone Ranger business. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And by doing that, you're teaching a model that other people will need to do as well. And so if everybody's contacting people and they're all following up, they're all using three ways, and they're all using the products, and essentially this idea that what kind of world would this world be if everyone in it were just like me? Well, let's just move that into what kind of business would my business be if everyone in it were just like me? And so, yeah, use the products, be your own best customer, get on auto ship, talk to people every day. And so you've got something worth multiplying.
So proud of everybody who's recognizing and taking advantage of the benefits of auto delivery and auto ship, and taking that extra 20% bonus product as a reward to yourself. So proud of the increase of people, again, encouraging that we want to use our product regularly anyways. Why not reward ourselves and yourselves and your team members by encouraging them? And not only will they always have a supply on hand, they'll get an extra 20% product in the constant use like that. So why not? Right. And Dave, I want to thank you. When you said you're excited to get up on Monday mornings, thank you so much for offering the opportunity to be a part of relaying the testimonials that come along on Monday mornings. And that is, I'm telling you, it's like being on the front lines of the battle that we're attacking. You're seeing what's really happening with people as a result of being introduced to Avini. And it's so heartwarming and life affirming, but also it does something to you. It really does something to you when you know what this product does. And hey, I'm the new kid on the block for the last year. There's many of you that have been affiliated with Rick Deitch and have known this product for years and years in another bottle or another name or whatever, but its effectiveness has had a history. And for those of us who are being introduced and seeing it, this is incredible. This is incredible. We can't keep this secret. We cannot. And hearing people who have results and measured results and feeling results and just energetic results, or just like myself, I can do this. No, that was a setup. Oh my goodness, that was accidental for sure. I couldn't do this before.
That's a blessing.
Really is, because I couldn't. I can't believe I coughed like that. But that was every time before. I couldn't take a deep breath without choking or being cut off. And now, other than that accidental swallowing of saliva, right? That's really what that was. It wasn't because my lungs weren't available. It was because of that. But I didn't have lung capacity, and now I do. I can stay on that phone for long hours, and the only thing that gives out is sometimes the voice gets gravelly, but who cares, right? Who cares?
We got a bright future. So, hey, thank you, Toni, for all you do, and for starting us out every week on your Monday call. Catch that this Monday too. So, wow, we're halfway through the best month ever, and next month is convention. And don't come alone, and just really get good at sharing the message. That's what our job is. I love to just think in my mind, okay, my obligation, I want to get really good at getting people curious to take a look. Their job is to decide what they want to do with the information, but my job is just be effective at getting people curious to look, and just be invested in that. You can't control all of the outcome, but you can control the numbers, and there's magic and power in the numbers. And someone out there is looking, somebody's on their knees praying for answers. A lot of us were. That's a strategy that we can do to find other people that need what we have. So any final thoughts, Toni?
Just, I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad you're here, and this is fun. What's your phrase? Isn't this fun?
It is. Let's go do this.
Oh, that's it. Let's go do this.
Thank you for joining the Magnetic Leadership Podcast with Dave Johnson. Take charge of your health and detoxify today with Avini Premium products.